What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Play Crash Bandicoot 3 Part 6. We are now beginning Future Frenzy, the first future-themed level in the game. The first of two future-themed levels in the game, and the fourth level in the fourth warp room. So this one is actually going to be pretty interesting because you can see here these beams. They will kill you if you go past them, and you have to wait for them to disappear. So you have to. Whoa, shit. Yeah. Messed that one up. You have to be careful while going around them and being near them. And this, all you have to do is just get the height right, and you can get through it pretty easily. Now, this is a level that, if you notice, has two gyms. There, we will need to go along a level, or a secret level similar to level 14 and level 7 and level 2 from, well, I guess it was just level 7 and 14 from Crash 2. Or just like those levels, we're going to have to go along a secret level later on in these hidden warp rooms. So a lot of these boxes really don't matter. I just wanted to do it for the lives, just to see if I can get to 99 lives in 20 levels. But I won't be going along the bonus round, just because I will save that for the for that level whenever I get to it. But anyway, so now, as you can see here, these these beams will hurt you just like the beams at the beginning. These UFOs, the red glowing around them, will hurt you. You have to jump on their heads. The ones with the tractor beams, if you get sucked up in the tractor beams, the tractor beams will hurt you. Those spiked little domes, you have to wait till the spikes are covered up. And if you notice the mirror there, you can actually get all those Wumpa fruit without wasting it, and I'll show that off once I get to the once I come back here for the video. But you can see the mirrors just like the ice walls in Crash 2. You cannot see the mask in these either. See there, you can't see the mask, but you can see everything else. Now those little I'm not sure exactly, I don't remember their exact name, but the little round flying things, well, I guess they're not round, but more capsule shaped, I guess. Well, those, they will have a orange aura around them. That aura will hurt you. You have to be careful while going around it. It's just the same as the thing in the beams or around those little UFOs. So, as I said, you have to be very careful. If you notice, these walkways will move. The blue ones will move to the left of the screen. The green ones will move to the right of the screen. You won't really see too many of them in this level, but as we go along, and once we get to the second level design like this, we will see more of them. Now, you can actually get all those boxes. If I would have kept going along there, I could have easily gotten all the boxes, but it doesn't really matter all that much. There we go. Only 20 nitros, not too many nitros, thankfully. At least not through the main level. Once you get into the see how many lives I ended up getting. Well, if I hadn't died there, I would have got to 99. So actually, I would have gotten to it further if I hadn't died so many times, like with Dingo and all that. But I definitely really quickly.
So, you want to go a few rounds? When this is over, we'll see who's obsolete.
Yeah, most of the nitros are along the hidden path. Okay, now, so this is all really similar to the same design that he had when we were fighting him in Crash 2. You can see the two arms here, and the two arms will have machine guns, which will do quite a bit of damage to you. The rockets will hurt you. The rockets will come out of the two shoulders, and then the little yellow spot on his torso if you notice that there. They'll also come out of there. And our goal is just to shoot the, shoot the things on him. The controls for this act just like the the airplane. Down to go up to go down, right to go right, left to go left. Circle shoots. And you can see here, this is actually the most. Now these little gems here you have to shoot. They take a lot of bullets, and you want to go ahead and knock that silver thing out in the middle, or at the very bottom of the thing. You want to go ahead and knock that out first. The two arms on the sides, you want to knock those out. The rockets aren't the things that will damage you the most. It's these little things on the sides that will hurt you, as well as the thing in the middle. Now, lost my train of thought. You can only hit things when they are open. So you can see the shoulder of the rocket launchers are yellow and flashing. That means you can hit them just like in Crash 1. And the great thing in the middle, you can actually hit that whether it's open or not. And you want to make sure that you, as I said, take it out first, because that gem will hurt you for quite a bit of damage, as well as let me see. To fire, we get the fruit bazooka. Now, to fire a fruit at a target, hold the L2 button to raise the gun, aim with the directional buttons or the left analog stick, then press circle to fire. And that's something very useful that I'll show off in the next level that we go to. But now, the points that he has, and I'll listen to this really quickly.
It's funny how history repeats itself. Yet again, engine has failed to defeat you. Brothers, we must destroy you! My aching head. I'm not feeling myself these days. So the end is in sight. Gather another 5 crystals, and again you will have foiled my plan. Or will you?
The hit points that he has, that is the most hit points of any single boss, of a boss fight. But because, but it's not like Brio from Crash 1. Brio has 9 hit points all by himself. There's not 2 forms to him. Of course there is 2 forms to him, but that isn't the same like this. This boss fight. This boss fight actually has 2 different robots. You're still essentially fighting the same person, Brio. Yes, it may be a monster, like a monster version of Brio. You're still fighting Brio either way. Either way you want to, whatever you want to call it, you're still fighting Brio. But this is 2 different robots, and you're not really fighting Brio. You're not really fighting Engine. You're fighting the robots. But anyway, so you can see we have the bazooka. You can shoot anything you want to. The red means that you are locked onto a target. The fruit will not lock onto the target, however, so if you do end up missing, tough luck. The range on it is actually pretty decent. It will go out about as far as that, and then the fruit will just blow up by itself. And this is about the only way to safely take out the arsonists in the windows. But it's not really necessary. I mean, the arsonists don't present that big of a problem that really warrant you to waste the time that it takes to do that. Now, if you notice, this level has the green gem. There's a death route tied to this level as well, so you have to be very careful while going through this section, because the death route is a little bit later on in the level. I would say about the 75% spot for the level. And the reason why I went here first instead of level 21, because level 21 requires the green gem to beat the level completely. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do it like this, similar to level 20 or level 20 and level 19. Now you want to go ahead and knock out that box first. You can use it with a bazooka. You can also climb up there and do it that way, but it's kind of hard to get back, and more often than not, you'll actually fall down that hole because you can't get the glide going long enough, so it's just best if you go ahead and use the bazooka. And it'll take you along this death route, which has the sword. These guys, more arsonists, and a sea box. And that is actually the last time we will see the metal sea box in a level. You know, that's neither good nor bad. It's just, you know, it's just the way it's gonna work. Not too difficult. You can actually get through here pretty easily. But well, that's what happens if you get hit by the swords there, or if you get hit by the sword swinging guards that will come at you head on. So you definitely want to be very careful. Crash will die of embarrassment, I guess. That's how you lose a life with that. You can actually hit the swords with the bazooka, I believe. It's kind of hard because they are moving so fast. So you really have to be precise. But you can see the green gem looks exactly like it did in Crash 2, except it's not quite as difficult to find it. It is kind of difficult to get to the death route in this level, but it's not as difficult to get to it as you normally would. And sometimes that will actually kind of glitch and freeze a little bit, so you want to be careful. I've never actually had it mess up a console or anything, or actually freeze and lock up. But you may still want to be careful. But yeah, these sword-swinging guys will also cut Crash's pants off, and then he will, you know, go away embarrassed. But anyway, so you can't pull the bazooka while on any pads, either gym, death, or bonus pads. So you just can't. You can. Let me see. Yeah, you can shoot individual pieces one per fruit to get them. To come, you know, to collect them, which is useful. And this bonus round actually requires you to use the bazooka quite a bit because there is not a nitro switch in this level. So every stack of nitro crates you see, you actually have to destroy while in the bonus round, because you will not have an opportunity to do it later on in the level. And then you also have to use the bazooka here to knock out all of these boxes. A lot of them will have lives in them. Yeah, I was gonna say you shouldn't have to do this, but it's just best if you are cautious and, you know, go ahead and do it anyway. These are the last 3 nitros that you have to destroy. And there you go. Not too difficult, just you have to remember, the biggest thing is you just have to remember about the nitros. You know, if you haven't played the game in a while, or you've never played the game before, that will actually catch you, that'll actually trip you up more often than not. And I'm doing too much, I'm messing around too much with the bazooka. I usually don't use the bazooka this much, to be honest. And so I guess I'm playing with it a lot more than I usually would, because I really don't use it. I play this game like I do Crash 2, and because Crash 2 didn't have the bazooka, I don't really think to use the bazooka all that often unless I absolutely have to. But anyway, so now that we have the green gem, we can go to level 21 and beat it. And level 21 is gone tomorrow, the second of 2 future-themed levels. And this one is a lot harder, by far. But because we have the bazooka, it won't be quite as difficult if any enemy gave you trouble in Future Frenzy. You can definitely, you can use it here and knock out quite a few enemies. Now, if you haven't noticed, you really couldn't see it too much in, I guess, the first section of the level of for Future Frenzy, but there will, because Cortex owns, or is supposed to own every one of these eras. You know, you see different symbols for Cortex and all that. You can see Incorp, which is a corporation that I guess Cortex owns. You can see Engine Rockets. Engine's supposed to own that. I think there's another one that has, I think it's like an inn or something on it. But those are the only businesses that are here. You don't see any marks from anybody else. You know, you don't see dingo markings anywhere, or entropy markings anywhere. You just really see at this point only Engine and Cortex, because those are the only enemies left at this point for the for the future takeover, I guess. But anyway, so you have to be careful backtracking through this section just because the floor is moving against you through here. I don't believe you can actually hit that with your bazooka, so you want to be very careful. Now for this box, you can see there is an outline crate here. You want to keep this wooden crate there, and you want to be very careful, about destroying it because you want to keep it there. I believe you can get it with the crouching double jump, but you still want to be careful through that section. It's just best if you go ahead and leave the box, because there will actually be a section where once we go along the green gym path, will leave us, will put us right back there at that, where the wooden bounce crate is, and so that's and so we'll have to go through all the sections. So you definitely want to make sure that you go ahead and knock out any enemies or any boxes that may be in the way while you can. I don't want to do that. Close that TNT over there. Now you can see here the outline crates there. There's two ways to get those crates. You can either leave that TNT crate there, or you can use the bazooka and just blow through the, hit the metal crates, and then you'll be able to destroy it like that. It's really up to you. I usually just go ahead and destroy the TNT crate, not thinking about it, but that is an option if you want to use it. Now with the TNT crate, you didn't have to blow it up with the bazooka, but it's just faster if you go ahead and do it like that. And to make this a little bit quicker, usually what a lot of people do is they would just shoot the Wumpa Fruit instead of backing up and doing it. You want to go ahead and back up and do it like that. I believe there's a nitro activation switch, a nitro switch in this level, I'm pretty sure. But it's just, because those are blocking the way, all the nitros here, you have to destroy them to progress on in the bonus round. But if you didn't have to progress on, it wouldn't be necessary, to destroy them just because. But anyway, so I want to go ahead and, as I said, clear out any enemies you can, anywhere you can. But you'll probably die a lot, so it really doesn't matter if you clear out every single enemy going through here. But it is best if you just go ahead and do it anyway, just in case you do make it. But yeah, Cortex Tower is there, so Cortex seems to own some hotels as well. And the Engine Rockets is probably a rocket service that probably lets you fly around either the Earth or will let you fly to other planets. It doesn't say how far into the future it is, but with all the technology and everything, you could say it's pretty far in it. Just give me a moment. Alright, sorry about the cut, but anyway, you have to be careful about those rockets that these guys shoot out. The only time you can actually hit them is with the, once they throw their target up. And you have to be very careful about their rockets. You have to be crawling underneath them. Just crouching will not make you low enough. As I said, you have to be crouching underneath them. I gotta make sure you hit that, because you can actually sometimes miss it. And you have to go through the entire gym route over again. Intech, that was the other. Engine Rockets, Cortex Towers, Intech, in Incorp. But anyway, and it takes you back to here, which is okay. It's not quite as long as it won't take you as nearly as long as it did before, because you won't have to worry about the enemies or the boxes that is around here. So you can actually get through here pretty easily and pretty quickly, but you do have to make sure that you do not die if you do not have a mask with you at this point. And unless you brought one in, you shouldn't have a mask with you, so you definitely want to be very careful. And you can see the boxes here. All you have to do is just shoot them, and then that's it. Nothing to worry about. But again, just make sure you be careful, or you'll have to start all of that over again, and you'll end up right back there at the beginning. And this is why we go ahead and clear out the enemies just ahead of time, you know, even though we may die. And the bazooka only flips those up onto their backs that will not actually kill them, and you cannot kill them with the bazooka. You have to jump on them or shoot them. I mean, you have to jump on them or spin them. You cannot kill them in any other way. Now this level design, well, the design of the level that goes from 3D to 2D to 3D gameplay is actually reminiscent of the snow levels from Crash 2. Every snow level was like that, but unlike the snow levels, not every level is like that for this game. Now this is the hard one. This is the final Shrek one, and you have to be... Oh wow, that sucks. I could have swore that crouching underneath, or at least, I guess you have to avoid them completely. Wow, that does suck. That's bad, and you have to go along this because of the boxes. That's the part that sucks, really, because, you know, you could just dismiss this because you already have the gym, but you can't because you have the boxes. Definitely hate that enemy, the rocket robot, the rocket shooting robot. Definitely not one of my favorite enemies of all time. Now, you can actually get around these gates pretty easily by swinging around them. Well, I guess you do get a mask for this level, don't you? I was just going to say that I lost it there a moment ago, or before I cut. You know, it's not too long, it's just difficult, but yeah, the way you can get around these is by swinging around them, so if they are activated, all you have to do is just, maybe not these, because these are a little bit harder to get to, but some of them in Future Frenzy, you can actually swing around them, and that's a way you can, get around them easily. Of course, by the time you get around, most of the time, they will already have turned off, and so it's really no point in doing that. While it's not a waste of time, it's just, you know, you could have just sat there and waited for them just as easily. But yeah. So anyway, now you can actually wait until you get the, you know, wait to get all the side gems, and this is what I have usually would do whenever I would play this game when I was younger, and until just recently, I would wait and get all of these side gems and everything once I was getting the relics, because it made getting the relics a lot more fun. Because I wasn't always going after the relics, I was able to run through these levels, and, you know, normally, for a lot of them, I could just run through the level normally without having to worry about a time trial. And that made it a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable to go after the relics. But since playing Crash 2 the way I play Crash 2, and going and getting everything in one run instead of having to, you know, backtrack, I've started to do it. I started to play this game like that as well, and so that running through that 2D section definitely. You know, going this slow definitely isn't that much fun, because you gain a running ability after you beat Cortex. Yeah, you have to be careful to not to hit those until they flip the targets up, because if you try to attack them before they flip the targets up, you will not be able to hurt them. So you have to be very, very careful. But anyway. So, I think I'll go ahead and try to do level 22 really quickly. Level 22 isn't that hard. I will only do one run of it, though, if I, say if I can get both the gem and the crystal in one go, that's fine. But if I can't, if I only go after the gem or the crystal, well, then I will just go ahead and, end the video here. And I know that does stink, but, you know, hey. Now, different challenges here are more ramps, you know, more boxes that have ramps on them, and then the cop cars are not just stationary anymore. They will move back and forth along the route, you know, along the road. Crap, Okay, so now I'm gonna have to go after the win, and that does stink. Usually, yeah, you know, I used. Usually what most people do is they will lose the win instead of lose a box, but that's why it's so hard to be competitive for the win, and this is stupid. Yeah, I was gonna say, you shouldn't race that. You shouldn't try to beat that car to the ramp unless you're well past him. But anyway, and now this is actually pretty difficult because you have to. It's kind of random. Sometimes you won't hit that second box, and that really does stink, especially if you're going after a gym run instead of a crystal run. That definitely does stink. Now there's a speed boost pad back here. It isn't that useful unless you can get to that one, and even then that one won't put you right back on the correct path. It is kind of random when it will actually put you on the right path, so you have to be careful when going after that. But anyway, so only missed 3 boxes, that's okay. I'll get the win. And, yeah, let me see something here. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and give the boxes another go. I'll go after the boxes anyway. That's I don't like the idea of breaking up a level like that. That's not what I like to do. So that's not what I'm going to do. I think you can actually go after both the relic and the boxes at the same time. But of course, you know, if you do that and you go after every single box, you won't gain a good time because not a lot of these boxes on these ramps will actually be the type of boxes that you need. And I don't need to speed while going through here. I'll end up missing that box again. Ran all over me. So you definitely want to, you know, you want to be careful now. This is not a crystal run. You don't have to win the race. You just have to get all the boxes. But yeah, the relic is not usually a good thing to do to go after all of the boxes at the same time. You know, in conjunction with the relic, just because the ramps will slow you down significantly, you know, by a good bit, and you cannot afford to waste time while going after the relics, especially if you're trying to go after a good relic like a gold or a platinum relic, the second and best relics, you know, respectively. And so trying to go after those relics, you definitely don't want to mess around with the ramps. Even though, you know, of course, if there is a time crate on some of the ramps, you know, you definitely want to go after those. But if there isn't, you don't want to go after any ramps. Now, as difficult as this track is, this is actually the easiest, or one of, I guess, the easiest track to get the, boxes and the gems on. Now, for that ramp with the box behind it, behind the ramp, you actually have to use the speed pad. You have to have a wheelie going over the ramp, or you won't be able to make it far enough. You'll just fall down the hole, and that will put you you won't be able to get over the ramp again if you do that. So you just have to be very careful while doing that. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the trivia for this, for, you know, what I've done so far. Future Frenzy, the Engine's boss fight, as well as level 21, 22, 23 as well. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and start with Future Frenzy. Alright, Future Frenzy is the 19th level in Crash Bandicoot 3. It takes place in the future in a metropolis with thousands of neon lights and skyscrapers, and Oh, I guess I said I wasn't gonna talk about Future Frenzy, didn't I? Because this is gonna talk about quite a bit of the hidden path, or the hidden path. So I don't want to talk about that. So I'll just go ahead and go to the engine boss fight. Alright, okay. Engine uses, well, in Crash Bandicoot 3, Engine constructs a superior model suit of mobile armor called the Advanced Mech that can transform into a space fighter and dock with a huge weapon platform. Engine uses this machine to confront Coco on the moon, only to fail once again. Falling out of his mech, he screams "Arg, not again." During his second form, Purr comes into view to Coco's craft, seemingly adding another gun to it, making it stronger and able to defeat the car, or not the car, I'm sorry, the mech. But anyway, so now we'll go to level 21 and Gone Tomorrow. Gone Tomorrow is the 21st level in Crash Bandicoot 3. It is set in a futuristic place like Future Frenzy. There's also a new enemy, a big robot which shoots 4 missiles, 3 in the US version, then turns around, exposing its weakness being a green target, giving Crash the time to shoot it with the fruit bazooka or spinning it. This level has 87 boxes and 2 clear gems. To get the gems, you must have the green gem from the Aladdin-themed level under the name Flaming Passion and enter the secret area, which gives you the secret gem. It then teleports you to the start of the level. This is important because the secret path has many crates and a switch in it that activates even more crates. After that, you just have to complete the level normally to get the box gem. This name is the pun on the idiom "here today, gone tomorrow." 22, Orange Asphalt. Orange Asphalt is the 22nd level in Crash Bandicoot 3. It takes place on the Hog Ride Highway, only this time at sunset. Unlike Hog Ride and Road Crash, the police cars are on the move, moving constantly forward and backward. The road is heavily damaged and there are more holes, ramps, and barricades located on it. Trivia: all 4 motorcycles. Okay, yeah, we already. This level has 20 boxes and 1 clear gem. The level name is a pun on the movie Red Asphalt. Now we'll go to Flaming Passion. Flaming Passion is the 23rd level in Crash Bandicoot 3. It's a similar level to High Time, which also takes place at night. It contains the green gem as a particularity for this stage. This is the only level where there aren't any nitro switch crate, which explodes up nitro crate, so you have to you have to shoot all of them with the help of your bazooka. 75 boxes, 20 in the bonus, 1 crystal, 2 gems, clear and green. Curiously, all the Arabian levels have a color gem. This level's name is a pun on the term Flaming Passion, which refers to love. Yeah, so that's all the trivia and everything. So thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many rockets did Engine shoot at me during the entire boss fight. Thank you for watching. Next time we will do levels 24, 25, the boss fight for this level, and maybe a relic. I don't know for sure. But until then, later everyone.